Welcome back to the channel, and today I bring you a few two new what ifs today. One with my old style, which is just the image and all that, and the next one, a new style I've been trying. Hopefully you'll like that style, as I've done it for a few stories now, and I kinda like it. So I'll try to transfer over to that one for my few more stories. Now, before I continue all this, if you're a viewer of this channel and you're not subscribed, think about subscribing and make sure to leave the like on the video. And a lot of y'all seem to love my series I'm doing right now. It seems quite a few of you love the Barrel War and all these other series I'm doing on the side. What ifs are still going to be my main thing on this channel for the time being. But I'm trying to transition and do more things. For this one, this is a Huggy Wuggy What If, which I don't think I'm going to make this one too long. This may be a short one. It's not going to be as long as all my other ones. This may be a one-shot. And I'm going to show you something else today. So we've got Huggy Wuggy, which is going to be one of the new ones I'll be doing today. And the one I'll be doing my new style on is the what if female Deku was Queen Chrysalis. I will admit this took a while to make. When I mean a while, I meant a while. I spent like hours making the scenes for this. So I hope y'all enjoy that one. But we're gonna start with a classic. A very good one that y'all have seen. A series called is a mixture of Poppy Playtime. Y'all seem to love the catnap. Y'all seem to love the mommy long legs. So I thought, and one of y'all commented, why not do a Huggy Wuggy one? So I'm here to deliver. And also, I'm also cooking up some more what ifs for y'all as well. I like to do what ifs Dekus with some old shows, because some of the old shows that I have seen have amazing and really unique powers. So I'll try to do some of those as well in the future. And I will just say, if y'all saw that little meme I put up about Fred, I had to do something about Fred. He absolutely destroyed Music Man in that story. Wow. During that live stream, he absolutely destroyed Music Man. Well, I say, let's get started. What if Deku was Huggy Wuggy? We actually start within the facility of Poppy Playtime, where some heroes are investigating the old abandoned place. So what do you think's around here? I don't know. All I heard is that this place was shut down years ago. As they enter the main building where Huggy Wuggy's just standing, Azuku's there. Hey, look at this. It must be a statue built by, what, their toys? Yeah, it is. Well, wonder how long this thing was made. Yeah, it must have took them a while to design it. Well, anyway, you take the left, I take the right. Sure thing. As the two heroes split up to go separate directions. As we go to Huggy Wuggy, who moves his head to the right. As he starts following the man. Huh. Why did the Hero Safety Commission wants to inspect this place? It's just an abandoned factory. As he looks over, and he makes his way after moving some barrels into a closed room. Just a closet. As he walks out, as something falls on his shoulder, as he looks up, it's Huggy Wuggy as he comes down and bites his head off. Not even a scream could be heard. As we go to his colleague who had made it back to the middle after finding nothing, as he notices the statue's gone, he starts looking around frantically. Friend, where are you? Come in. As he starts shaking his walkie-talkie. Listen, hero. Come in. Where are you? This is bad. As he's about to call in a report, one of Hagiwagi's long hands comes and grabs him, having the walkie-talkie go away. You should have never come to this place. As he's about to scream when Hagiwagi flings him to the wall, him dying on impact. You should have never come here. As we go a few days later, were these heroes' identities where they been noticed they were missing? They're thinking, what could the cause have been for them to go missing? All they know is that they went to this old factory. So they start gathering up some heroes to investigate. And the heroes on this team is going to be the standard heroes I usually do for a lot of my other what ifs. So Mirko, Hawks, All Might, Endeavor, Aizawa, pretty much the usual. As they're investigating, as they walk into the main area where Hagiwagi would usually be standing, but he's not there this time. As they look over and they just see blood on the wall from the previous hero that was there several days ago. Well, I guess we know what happened to this hero. He was murdered in a very bad way. Well, this looks like a big building. We should split up. We'd be able to cover more ground, one of the detectives with a few police officers says. Very well. As they split up, as we go to somewhere within the facility, it's Hagiwagi just looking into the security cameras. They should have just stayed away. As we see a file on the desk, Izuku Midoriya, also known as Hagiwagi. Purpose: kill all intruders. It looks like Izuku Midoriya was made to kill every intruder that trespasses. As Hagiwagi Deku prepares to go after some of the heroes, and we go to one of the teams of heroes, being Aizawa, of course. Him and his other heroes that are with him, and the detective, of course. We got All Might, the detective, I can never remember his name, with the lie detector cork, as they're heading through several areas. We go to these one unexpected teams that split up from the main group, mostly being consisted of police officers and a low-ranking hero. Really not important, as Hagiwagi starts dragging them off one by one, to where there's only 3 of them left, the hero and 2 police officers, as they notice the disappearance of several of their colleagues. Guys, where'd y'all go? As 2 of them are pulling their pistols out. As a voice seems to be mimicking one of the police officers. This way, I found something. As they rush over, as the hero turns first, as a fist goes straight forward, crushing his face as blood goes all over the back wall. The heroes start opening fire on Hagiwagi, but the bullets seem to be doing nothing. As Hagiwagi just simply throws them across the halls, one going so far to hitting some barrels or rolling down some stairs, being crushed. The other landing into a machine, and well, you can guess from there. As the screams were heard a little bit by some of the people, well, further away, in gunshots. The heroes make their way there to only find the man that got crushed by barrels. As it's Endeavor and Hawks. What happened here? Looks like he was murdered. Whoever killed those people are still here, in this building. As we go to Aizawa's team, who is seeming to found like a laboratory. Now, it's very interesting here. What do y'all find? Just some old files, nothing important. As Aizawa decides to go through some of the files, reading several of the names. Okay, there says something about Mommy Longlegs, that's Toy, Huggy Wuggy, Kissy Missy. As he finds one of the experiment secret files What's this? Izuku Midoriya, a kid brought here at the age of, 5? Test subject for Huggy Wuggy experiment. I believe it was 108, if I'm mistaken. 1008. Put in the comment section if I'm wrong. So this kid was brought here at the age of 5, and by the report, this was 20 years ago? Interesting. So someone was doing experiments here, very illegal. Gotta discover what this is. As they decide to move on, as Aizawa puts them in his pocket. As Huggy Wuggy made it back to the control room, watching the heroes' progress through the building, it seems one of them is catching on. I can't let them catch on. I'll do the one thing that I had set up earlier. As Huggy Wuggy walks out in his normal fashion out the doorway. As we go to Endeavor's team, preparing to go onward. After searching for any survivors of the other team that got slaughtered. As they're moving through, make sure not to miss any nook or cranny they could find to find any information. As one of them got strayed away from the group, a police officer, who thought he saw something. As then the door closed behind him, as the heroes heard this and run towards it. As the man just tries to figure out why it closed. As he looks over, as he hears another door opening, as Huggy Wuggy comes through the building, or the doorway, and he rushes at him. All the heroes can hear is gunfire. Him shooting at Huggy Wuggy. Endeavor does a bold action and starts melting the door. But to make sure the fire doesn't go through and injure the police officer, he has to melt just the door frame. As he starts melting it, and they finally get through, all they can see is the man cut in half. His other half on the ceiling lights, and his lower half against a wall. He was already dead. That's another one. Who's ever here is picking us off one by one. Be careful, don't split up. Yes, sir. As he attempts to call Aizawa's team as well, but transmissions have been cut off. As we see Huggy Wuggy, who had just tripped the cable of the place, cutting it from all internet connection. Good luck communicating now. Time to move on to the next victim. As Huggy Wuggy is moving about. As we go back to the main team, Aizawa and the main heroes, as they find experimentation tables and all that, where they find more information. As they play a video. What's this? Looks like a tape. Named Huggy Wuggy. As they put it in. Welcome to Public Playtime Co. Today we have here is Huggy Wuggy. Our main attraction, of course. He's also mainly positioned at the front area. But he is also made for security. Of night, he will capture or eliminate any trespassers within his view. Or within the building. That is what we made him for. Note, anyone unlucky enough to be here after hours has also been a part of the body count. So beware, leave before the time he's supposed to hunt. If not, y'all will be really unlucky. As the video ends there. Huggy Wuggy. Is that the thing we're dealing with right now? That monster? Or whoever this is? Could it be that? As one of the policemen speak up, I doubt it. This video was probably made 20 years ago. I doubt he's still here. Yes, but that would, if he is still here, that would explain the dead heroes As we go to the other team, who's still trying to make their way over to Aizawa's team, as they're crossing an archway. Time for you to fall. As Hayuogi cuts a line, releasing several barrels, breaking the platform the police Endeavor and Hawks were on. Hawks, Endeavor, and everyone else is falling. Luckily, Hawks managed to catch Endeavor, and they managed to get up and out. The other cops, on the other hand, were not so lucky. 2 survivors. I must pick them off before they warn the others. As he disappears into the shadows. As we go back to the other main team. Aizawa says, I'll search this room some more. You'll investigate some of the other rooms, see if you can find anything. As he's looking through the entirety of the room he's in, as he finds a computer and starts booting it up. Experiment Huggy Wuggy, also known as Zuku Midoriya. It shows him the files. In a video, where Zuku being injected with a serum of blue, where it would painfully transform his body. The backstory. When he was a kid, he had nowhere to go. He was an orphan. So Poppy Playtime Co. took him in and turned him into what he was now. But he had constantly murdered the staff. So they constantly had to change staff and security around him every now and then. There was even a remote system for a shock collar, until he destroyed it. And then they just ended up abandoning the place with him inside. So that kid turned into this. Huh. Interesting. As we go to, Endeavor and Hawks, who are still roaming the halls trying to find Team 1, who's halfway across the building. We need to find them quickly. I agree. As they start looking through it. Now how to get rid of you two? Yeah, I know. As he pulls a lever, revealing them into a big room. Okay, this is a big room. We might stay in here. I think we're being hunted, and we don't have to worry about the other team, Hawk says. Why do you say that? Haven't you noticed our team's been striked the most? Wherever Team 1 is, it's nowhere near us. Especially if the other hero is an All Might on that team. He's probably going after the weaker ones, us. You're probably right. But he's mistaken if I'm weak. As he ignites some fire. As then the fire alarm starts going off within the area, extinguishing Endeavor's fire. What was that? As a steel beam comes out of nowhere, piercing through Endeavor's stomach. Hawks rushes over. Endeavor! As the next moment, something grabbed Hawk's head and squished it. Shocking Endeavor, just watching Hawks' head explode. You should have just stayed away. As Endeavor tries to burn Huggy Wuggy, all being in vain as he had dodged, and especially the sprinklers. As Huggy Wuggy grabs his head. Time to die, as he twists it, killing Endeavor. One more team to go. As we go to the last team, of course, being Aizawa, All Might, Mirako, the detective, and a couple of cops. Of course, it's gonna be a few minutes before Huggy Wuggy can arrive to deal with them. But they meet up together. Did y'all find anything? I found this one thing. It says this Zuku Midoriya was transformed into Huggy Wuggy, a security thing they said they set up. It was part of some sort of experiment. Other than that, I couldn't find anything else. Interesting. We really should get out of here. as the heroes prepare to leave, as then the doors in their area just close. Why'd they close? No clue. Could have been for any reason. You're right. We've no time to panic. We must figure this out. As one of the guards had just walked away for a second to go use the bathroom. Just say he doesn't come back. As later they start to search for the guard that went off. As they enter the body, all they can see is his body in pieces in the bathroom. What in the world? As then they start pulling their guns out and looking. As they're looking through the room, Huggy pulls his hands down and pulls one into the vent. As two guards aim their guns up. As soon as they see something, they start firing. As their dead comrade falls down through the vent, all mangled up, with bullet holes from their own shots. Oh! As the heroes come in and they see this. What did this? Something got him in the vents. The team's been shortened to about the detective, the 3 heroes, and 2 police officers left. We need to get out of here. All Might breaks the door, and they start going to the exit. An area where they see what they're up against. We need to get out of here before it catches us. Whatever is hunting us down knows this place. It's been attacking us strategically. It's not stupid. We're dealing with something professional here. As they make it to the exit, but one of the police officers got tired and is lagging behind some. As Aizawa turns around just to see him get taken away. As they turn around, and all they can hear is screaming. And the next thing they know, they see blood splatter from the corner. They quickly run to the exit. All Might breaking the front door as they all exit. The remaining cop, the detective, and the 3 heroes. You still have not exited the building. Come out, whoever you are. We know you're there, watching us. Leave and never return. Where are the rest of them? Where's Endeavor and everyone else? They perished a while ago. While you were too busy gathering information, I dealt with them. That's impossible. Endeavor's strong. Strong, maybe. Smart, on the other hand, not. Turn yourself in. And we'll talk about reducing your sentence. No. Me guard the place. From intruders. As this was all going over the intercom, speaking to them. As then they notice the other police officer is being dragged off. As All Might and all of them go to free him, a punch comes out from the building, hitting All Might from going after the cop. Or police officer, yeah, the cop. Being pulled into the building. Next thing they know, they can hear a scream before silence. Leave, or you will be the next. We need to go, Aizawa. We need to stop this thing. As they all get into a car and start to drive off. Whoever said about letting anyone go? As soon as they got onto the road, the car blew up, killing all 4 of them. As Hoyiboyi comes out. I never let my trespassers escape. And that's the end of this one-shot What If. I hope y'all liked it. Make sure to like and subscribe. I felt like I could have done more with it, but I may come back and do a remake. Hopefully y'all liked it. That one was a good one. I gotta say, more on the gory side, more on the scary side. But why not? Of course, I think I made it anticlimactic with just ending it with them dying in an explosion. But I found it good. What do y'all think? Now, we move on to the chrysalis one. I'm actually very excited because I spent like several hours working on this. You making that comment in the chat right now is going to remind me when I have to do my organization, which may be Shadows. I'm still coming up with the name versus the Poppy Playtime crew. That means every Poppy Playtime monster. It's going to be more than one part, guarantee it. But I'm trying to make sure like they go after several things. Like after Vanny, they're moving on to Poppy Playtime, which then they may move on to Bendy and the Ink Machine, and may move on to more and more. Hunting monsters down, of course. I will get started with this in a moment. When I start this what if, I will have a thing to say. Because I am changing some things from a little bit of their power. It's a minor difference, really, within the changeling's power. That's all I'm doing. I do want to say, though, the concept of this idea, I think, actually comes from a fanfic. So I think someone has a story about the similar idea I'm doing. Because I was looking at some of the images I had found, and I think it's from a fanfic of some sort. So if you're interested in that, maybe look onto it after I finish this series. I do think it's part of a fanfic. So if y'all are interested in trying to look that up, I may look it up myself. But I didn't know that until I started doing some research on what I was planning to do for this story. Just thought I would let y'all know. Let me get a drink and then we can continue. Alright. Let's get started, I would say. What if female Deku was Queen Chrysalis? Now, before we start this, I am changing one small detail from their power. From where they technically drain love energy, I'm changing that to where they drain people's energy. So, like stamina. That's the only minor change I'll be making to the story. Anyway, let's get started. We go on to Queen Chrysalis, who's currently hiding out in the hive with the rest of her subordinates. As one of them questions, Queen Chrysalis, ma'am, why do we have to stay here in the hive? That's simple, changeling. The heroes don't appreciate our looks. And especially, we must have as much energy they provide. The heroes give us plenty of energy in their battles. We simply drain it from the shadows, and it keeps us well fed. The heroes are technically giving us all of our energy, our supplies, our food. I understand that, but why can't we just roam around outside the hive? Why can only a few of us be out at a time? I cannot trust the heroes nor the other people outside. They will judge us, as they always done with our kind. What do you mean, Queen Chrysalis? That's all in the past. Anyway, Blue. Yes, ma'am. I have an mission for you. Yes? Some of the changelings will be out. I suspect you lead some more. And gather as much energy as you can. Send them across the city. We're running low on food. We need as much energy as possible. Yes, my queen. I'll gather the force and send them immediately. Ah, and green. As the green changeling walks forward. Yes, ma'am. I hear we have some interesting information happening. Some people may be catching on to our location. Try to stop that if you can. I'll work on it. We cannot let anyone find our location. We just need to, hopefully, no one finds it. As we go to another room with several of the guards, as the changeling starts talking amongst themselves. So why are we always stuck in here, sir? Simple. Once, a long time ago, Queen Chrysalis and our elders had gone after a town. It was a while back, I would say, a few 20, 30 years. They had gone after a town to take all the energy. The hero of that time was very formidable, causing several damage to the hive, leaving us in shambles. We managed to recover, though, thanks to Queen Chrysalis' tactics. We are not to make a big power play until it's time, or whatever Queen Chrysalis decides. We're simply here to report and gather energy. Now come on, changelings. We need to gather as much food as possible. We need to keep the hive fed. Yes, sir. As they start to fly outside the hive, as Green's team starts talking to him. So, Green, how did you get to your position? After all, you're actually at high rank up there. Hard work. I was also draining several of the top-tier heroes a while back. From the shadows, of course. All Might's energy was a very rare energy. You get your hands on that, you'd pretty much get a promotion immediately. How did you get his energy without him noticing? He's one of the more harder people, if I heard. It was a while ago. He was in a fight. Ever since then, I got a high promotion into commander. What about Blue? He was part of that war where Chrysalis was in. The Queen. I see. Why does Chrysalis have a grudge of us not going out in groups? Or in big numbers? The times have changed. We used to do that. The heroes caught on. So we simply erased our existence, and we gather energy from the shadows. Last time we did something too powerful. It ended up backfiring, although we had enough energy to feed the hive for a while. The losses amounted. I see. But that wouldn't explain why we all have to stay here. We could separate, go to many cities, and gather as much energy as possible. That's true. But we must stay vigilant. Anyway, this is where we split from here. Gather as much energy as can and take it back to the hive. Yes, sir. As they split up. As we go to a street where the sludge villain is holding Bakugo captive, and Death Arms is there. As one of the changelings arrive on the rooftop. Oh, what do we have here? It seems like that sludge villain has quite a lot of energy. But so does he. For now, I'll focus on the sludge guy. As he starts ciphering energy little by little from the sludge person holding Bakugo captive. Not the best energy. I gotta say, his energy tastes awful. But I must grab energy to feed the hive. As he starts to cipher more. The sludge villain is feeling a bit weaker. And this is around the time where All Might comes in. Oh, and the weather changes and all that. His punch. And a lot of heroes are applying. That's starting up a big crowd. I shouldn't stay here. And he starts to walk away. As one of the bystanders known a bug-like leg leave from the rooftop. But that's all they saw. As they go back to the hive. As we go to Chrysalis herself. Times are rough around here. The heroes have already caught on, I'm pretty sure. If not, they will sooner or later. But that doesn't matter. If they do, I have a force ready to fight back. As long as they don't find this place, we should be good. For now, at least. As a changeling comes in. Ma'am. Why, yes. A few of our men that went out to gather energy came back. Good. Distribute between the hive. I do have to say something, Queen Chrysalis. We may need to decipher some high-level enemies or heroes' energy to feed the hive properly. As us just ciphering little people with the amount of men we send out is barely keeping the hive fed. Don't judge my orders. As she glares at the changeling. Sorry, ma'am. I understand that times are tough around here. After all, we have not forgotten about the battle 20 years ago. Of course, ma'am. You had a fierce battle with the hero Nana Shimura? Yes, a powerful foe. I managed to siphon some of her energy myself before being sent flying. Luckily, at the time, she was battling another villain known as All for One. When she caught on to my plans. So at that time, I managed to get away. But the casualties were really amounting compared to the fight. So she's the only person that knows of our existence. Not true. The villain All for One was aware I was there. So he also knows I exist. Although one of them may be out of the picture, I doubt All for One is gone. Why do you say that, ma'am? Villains can be very persistent. They've escaped death a lot, and a few of my enemies have escaped my grasps before. That's impossible. Everyone that's gone up against you has never come back alive. Not true. Nana Shimura was, I believe, the second. Who was the first? That is none of your concern. Sorry, ma'am. I overstepped my bounds. It's fine to ask questions. But just know this. We have some very likely news that the heroes may have found this place. I don't think they have, considering we've hit it well. But I want you to have a few men scope out the area. Check the perimeter. If the heroes know of this place, or know of us, I want it to be known and told to me. Yes, ma'am. As the guard leaves. What am I doing? Being a little bit paranoid. Of course they haven't found this place. It's been 20 years. The only person to know of it was Nana Shimura. So there's nothing to worry about. As she sits down, as we go to a heroes meeting, the only scene I forgot to set up, but we go to a heroes meeting, as it's talking about heroes, as All Might brings up an old fact, that story that Nana Shimura had told him. So I was told about this enemy my master fought, and I think they're still around. As he pulls up an image of a changeling, as it seemed to be caught on security camera at the top of the roof. Why bring this up now? Simple. My master came in contact with one of these. a while back, she had fought the person, fought them. They seem to gather some sort of energy or something, and they're obviously up to no good. We need to stop whatever they're planning, because whatever they're planning, it's not good. As we go to a few changelings around the city, gathering as much energy as possible, as a few of them start to gather up back at the hive after returning. Looks like everyone's back. How is energy harvesting? Pretty easy, actually. Several places. Why is Green Chrysalis sending out more changelings than usual, though? As Blue speaks up. Isn't it obvious? She's feeding the hive or gathering energy for a time. We do this every year or so. Oh, I see. I'm just new amongst these ranks. It's fine, rookie. After all, it takes time, especially with the patience of Queen Chrysalis. She does not have the best patience. Surprisingly, she held out this long for 20 years without sending an attack upon a city. And why do you say that, sir? Queen Chrysalis, our queen, doesn't really have the patience for a lot of things. But ever since the battle with Nana Shimura 20 years ago, she's held back our forces from striking again. For an unknown reason. I'm not sure what reason, in fact. Well, thank you for telling me the story, sir. Well, anyway, deliver the energy, spread it through the hive. We meet back here in a little bit. As we just go back to the heroes' meeting, where they had finished discussing, and now they think they know where her hideout is. As several days later, as some heroes stumble across changelings flying through the forest, as Endeavor and several other heroes see this, and they start following them, where they see an entrance with two guards. Two guards there. As they start to see the nest. So that's where they are. As they're preparing to attack, Endeavor has an idea. Why don't we just burn them out? Why? That thing doesn't look structurally sound. Once set ablaze, the whole place will catch fire. Yes, smart move. As Endeavor walks into the hive. As then the changelings all spot him. Intruder! Intruder! As several of the changelings rush at him as Endeavor does his fire, hitting several of the changelings aside. As Green starts to decipher his energy. I don't think so. As Endeavor starts to use a huge flash, just lighting everything around while the changelings are fighting him. On fire. As we go back to Chrysalis's room. Queen Chrysalis! As the changeling rushes in. Yes. The place is on fire! What? Yes, the place is on fire, ma'am. You need to get out here as quick as possible. As the fire starts spreading quickly. Where's the rest of the hive? A lot of them have gotten out, but lots of them have been injured. As she attempts to flee the place. All the heroes... Well, look what we have here. As she starts to wake up. Why, hello, sister. As she looks around and sees three of her sisters. What are y'all doing here? It seems you took quite a beating. as weak as ever. As the yellow one beats over the one with purple hair. Now, don't talk about her sister like that. I have to agree with Big Sister here. Don't talk about Chrysalis like that. Quiet down, Pin. No. Calm yourself. What? The heroes must pay. After all, they may have gone after our sister, who's one of our weaker ones, but they're attacking our family, so we should pay them back in full. Yes, but let's gather all together before we discuss that. I don't see why not. We gather all the changelings and we do a full-fledged attack. We shall not strike until we've all gathered for a meeting. As the oldest, I've discussed. Fine. You have your way. The yellow one has convinced the other sister. As Pin helps Chrysalis up. I'm glad you're alright, sister. It's good to see you again, Pin. As Pin is in the room, is helping. I see you've been busy and have been injured. I'm glad I could come and help you. Where's our... I'm guessing yellow and the other one of our sisters left. Yes. What about White? How is she doing? She's doing alright, with her hive in particular. Although, I was kind of worried for you. We had lost contact with you for the past 20 years. Once I heard one of your changelings arrived at my castle, I sent for my other sisters. So one of my subordinates came to inform you. Yes. And then I sent out to inform my other sisters, who tagged along. What happened? The heroes attacked me. Figures. They never want to talk things out. Violence is what they speak. They shall pay. For them attacking me has pretty much declared war. I understand, sister, but if there's any option, we should delay or at least stop this. Look at me. I'm in barely any shape to fight, as well alone move. One punch sending me shankly through a mountain was enough to almost break every bone in my body. If it wasn't for my changelings sending me energy, I would have probably been dead by now. Yes, I understand, but your rage is going out of control, sister. I suppose you're right. Until I recover, I suppose we shall not do anything. As her other sister comes in, that shall not do. They dare attack you, we should strike back immediately. Well, we just have to wait and discuss that, won't we? I suppose you're right. See you two later. As she leaves, I really don't like this idea. Calm down. After all, I never said this was going to be the full plan. All right. I shall leave you two to get some rest, sister. Thank you, Pin, for coming. Of course. What is sisters for, after all? As Pin leaves, as a changeling comes in. Ma'am, all your sisters are currently in the castle. All 4 of them. Thank you. Those heroes had to come and strike me. Especially when it was about time us to gather energy. Yes, ma'am. If it wasn't for your sisters' hives helping us out, I think our hive may have been completely wiped out. Especially with you in this state. Yes, I'm aware. Also, I need to report this in the next meeting. What is it? That All Might fellow has the same power as Nana Shimura, the same one that injured me 20 years ago. No wonder my body got several injuries from just one blow. He was obviously aiming to end the fight with one single strike. Huh. He managed to do that. But he didn't manage to kill me, which will be his downfall. I'll be meeting with my sisters to talk later when I've recovered on what we'll do. How is Green? Where is he? Oh, Green! He got severely mad after the attack and with the fight with Endeavor. Right now, he's secretly attending UA as a study course student. Green going off on his own for a secret mission without any orders. How unlikely of him. Although he's probably enraged. So this will be interesting. I do have to inform you, Queen Chrysalis. What is it? A lot of our forces are injured and not really in the condition to fight. Have them rest. We need to recover. Very well. As all the four sisters meet, why did you call us all here, Yellow? To come talk about our sister's condition. Yes, I heard of our sister's condition. From Pin, it seems that she was severely injured by All Might. Them attacking her hive like this is unforgivable. I agree, sister. But we should take them out right away. We do a full-scale attack on the Hero Safety Commission. We should attack them straight away. After all, them attacking our family is nothing more than a death wish. Calm down. We'll discuss this at the meeting we'll have all together, including with our dear sister. I just really just hope that this doesn't end in war. I know you wish for this not to end in bloodshed, Pin, but at this rate, they're obviously going to be looking for her. We must take care of her until she recovers. We have a duty as her sisters to look out for each other. Yes, I agree. That's why I will let her stay at my place. Really, Pin, you're allowed to let Chrysalis stay at your place. Yes. Her and her hive can stay with me as long as she needs. Very well. With that, I really don't see anything else we can discuss at the meantime. Well, I do. As Yellow and Pin leave. As White and one of her changelings stays behind with her other sister. So, you know what's happening, right? They dare attack our sister. Yes, they shall pay. I'll send a few changelings to show them what really happens when you mess with us. I figured you were going to do that, sister. Of course, as the eldest one here, older than you and Chrysalis, I must look out for my younger siblings. Tell the other changelings to prepare for a fight. We'll be showing the heroes soon what it really means to declare war. Yes, ma'am. I wasn't expecting you to take action. I thought I was going to be the first one. Listen, you're still inexperienced. Me and Chrysalis are the oldest. And with her in this condition, I must step up as I've always been in my hive, isolated from the rest. And Queen Chrysalis has been the one that's really guided us, helped y'all. Well, I've isolated myself away. I think it's about time I help you. After all, I am the oldest. And I cannot bear to see my younger sister in such a condition. I can understand. With Chrysalis in her condition, she has no place to fight. Not as she is right now. Her injuries will heal soon. Hopefully soon enough. Yes, I know. Just work on preparing your forces. I will do just that. Goodbye, sister. I must go. Ma'am, I've informed several of our forces. Good. Do me this one favor. Tell no one other than our forces about this. Of course, they will not say a word. Good. In the next meeting, we'll discuss. And the time for war will be upon us. They shall not go after just our sister and expect to get away with it. As we go to a familiar face that we haven't seen in a while. As we go to Bakugo and Aizawa training in the training field. As Green is hiding in the tree line, watching them. So this is the new generation we'll have to be fighting soon. It's better to grasp what we're up against. They dare attack my home. Injure Queen Chrysalis. And force her sisters to come and help her. But no normal blow could injure Queen Chrysalis. No normal punch is able to do that unless it's infused with something. As he remembers that power from All Might. Queen Chrysalis said it was the same from Nana Shimura opponent she fought in the past that was the only one to injure her. Maybe that's the reason she was injured. As soon as everything ends, as the train, the ball throw, the sidesteps, I better start siphoning off their energy. At least to have them feel weaker for when the battle starts. I'll slowly and surely take away their energy. As he ciphers energy away from all of them without them even noticing. As Aizawa looks towards the tree line as he hides. Aizawa, do you see something? No. I thought I saw something. As all of them leave, that was close. I need to be more careful. As he disappears. And I really hope you all enjoyed part 1 of What If Female Deku was Queen Chrysalis. Make sure to like and subscribe. Oh, I loved that. That was actually amazing. Amazing part. As Queen Chrysalis has 4 sisters who they all seem to look out for each other. And the heroes had caught on to the fact that Queen Chrysalis was out there. And the fact that she had fought Nana Shimura showed her strength. But Nana Shimura in her power was the only one that could have injured Queen Chrysalis. So technically, with All Might using 100% of his power, could have also, which he did, was the reason that Queen Chrysalis was injured. Every other attack would have not done as much damage. And Queen Chrysalis' hive, with this unexpected attack from the heroes, was really crumbled. Because it was unexpected. Now, she had a feeling they had discovered her place, but she was confident that was too well hidden. Now, having her sisters to help, in the next scene I do for this, which I'll set up, will definitely be some minor skirmishes in the start of the war. So, I can't wait to make that part, and I hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm trying to make a few what-ifs. I'm also going to be working on some more stories. No, I will be continuing the series with the Shadow Organization, which I think I'm going to call it Shadows. If y'all have a better name, put it in the comment section. Also, I've got a few more ideas planned for what-ifs. I'm going to try to keep up my new style. Y'all seem to enjoy it, so I'll try to do my best on that. But tell me, I know I did a one-shot for the Huggy Wuggy What If, not really that long. I really couldn't come up with anything better because I was trying to keep it similar to the first game. Nice, short, even though it took me like half an hour or more to beat it because of me being incompetent and overlooking things. Man, I really dragged things out, didn't I? Well, anyway, that's my fault, not any of y'all's. But, truth be told, you play it, you can probably get done with the entire thing in 5 minutes. But I plan to add more stuff to this channel, more what-ifs, more... I really think y'all are gonna like this. I do have another series, of a what-if I think y'all like. If y'all know this one, Jestro, the Book of Monsters from Nexo Knights or something. I have what if Deku if he was Jestro from that idea. Again, you may see a thumbnail of it later down the road on the community page. You may not. I really think that's how I'm gonna wrap it up. 2 what ifs today. Usually I wouldn't. Usually I would go for a third and do a third one. But at this point in time, I am real busy. So, man, me working on this at the exact time if I need to get stuff done is just showing you trying to get some of these out. And I admit both of these were good. I probably should have had more dialogue into the Queen Chrysalis one, which I should have done, I realized. But I still think it turned out good. Also, I was half tempted to just pull out and do something do a cameo from one of my other stories, but I decided against it. It would be funny, but I decided against it. I will also be making a scene towards the end of this that will be revealing a lot more stuff, so stay tuned for when I do some more things. More what ifs. More ideas. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you for coming in and enjoying this live stream. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe.